Yeah, we're gonna find out that it's both soothing and moisturizing. You carefully paint it on.
Oh, that feels so good.
Isn't it
You know
nice?
what? That alone is doing something for me.
And make sure you distribute the salmonella very evenly.
There's a reason that raw eggs are dangerous. Dermatologists recommending DIY skincare made of food to put on your face. The internet can be a very scary place, and this video popped up in an ad for me. And at first I thought, where the hell did you get your medical license? And then I realized they probably know something that I don't. So I'm a little concerned, but before grinding my teeth off and having to go to the dentist to get a veneer, let's take a look at what they have to say and let's react. And for those who don't know or are new here, hello, my name is Cassandra Bankson, and one of the reasons that I'm so scared of this is because I am a medical esthetician. I have worked alongside and with dermatologists who would never recommend these things, and others that, when I think back, have had some interesting things to say about DIY skincare. I do love analyzing, scrutinizing, and learning from other people's skincare routines, and I'm really hoping that we're gonna learn something here, because right now, I'm stress sweating. The general knowledge is that food doesn't go on your face, especially if you have specific skin conditions. It can make them worse. Let's see what they have to say.
They say you are what you eat, but what if what you eat can also be what you wear? I'm talking about fridge to face, AKA the food mask. So I know that we all have favorite foods that we keep in our fridge. And
maybe some of you.
maybe some.
I'm like, I don't think I have any. I don't have any food in my fridge.
What? What are you, the
Just
bachelor?
rosé.
You're just rosé? What are you, you're the bachelor? Are you the bachelor or something?
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I'm not denying it.
Not for long, that's for sure.
What about you? Do you?
Well, if you don't have food in your fridge, hopefully you have tea bags somewhere in your house, and it can be any kind of tea bag. It could be green tea, white tea, black tea, and in a pinch, tea is really great. I prefer caffeinated tea because that caffeine, the antioxidants, and just the soothing effect of the tea bag, either warm or cold, and leave it on for 2 to 3 minutes. Take a few deep breaths, listen to some soft music. It can help with inflammation, swelling, puffiness, dark circles, but it's not going to replace your skincare. This is something that you do in a pinch. I can already hear everything you're saying.
Right, no. The tannic acid in tea is known to be soothing to the eyes and help supposedly with the circulation in the dark circles.
And the caffeine is thought to constrict some of those blood vessels too.
And it has antioxidants, so you can drink some. And if you want to dress it up a little bit, add some honey to it, refrigerate it, and then put it on nice and cool.
At first I was terrified. I was like, wait, what am I watching? Are these professionals? And now they've kind of redeemed themselves. They're basically saying use tea bags under your eyes instead of eye cream, which actually has some truth to it. Tea or coffee both have antioxidants and caffeine. Caffeine is a vasoconstrictor. Vaso referring to vein, and constriction meaning to tighten. And so if you do get purpleness under the eyes here, or even a little bit of puffiness, even if you have rosacea on your cheeks, using products that contain caffeine can vasoconstrict. So constricting those vessels and making that redness or that color less apparent. This other lady, I don't know what her name is, but she's excellent. She mentioned the tannic acid in tea, which again can also help. And I really, really like that this lady with the necklace, I don't know any of their names, I really like that Pretty Necklace dermatologist mentioned that it's not going to replace your skincare. Because again, if you have one tea bag versus another, you can't control how much caffeine is in each one of them. You can't add penetration enhancers so they actually get to where they need to go. This isn't horrible, but again, it's not going to be as good as using a formulation that's built for your skin. I'm still scared of the other things that they might have in mind.
Pick you up in no time and help with swelling, especially around your eyes.
And I think it's very soothing and
I have patients
constricts the vessels.
who get that permanent makeup, the tattooing along their eyelids or their brows, and when they put tea bags on top at night, it really does help the swelling go down after. So I really do think that there are benefits to this. It may not replace what some other skincare can do, but this costs pennies and it does do something.
Great point. Again, anything cooling, preferably not ice, but anything cold like that can help if you've just gotten microblading or permanent tattoo makeup. Anything with antioxidants or hyaluronic acid can also help to speed up wound healing. Because remember, wound healing is a process. It has many steps and it actually involves inflammation in your skin. In this case, inflammation is good. It's protecting you. However, inflammation can still be painful, uncomfortable, and if it gets out of control or chronic, that's when it becomes dangerous. So even this thermotherapy, thermo meaning heat or temperature, can totally help.
What kind of tea bag?
So it could be black tea, green tea, white tea. It really
something
doesn't
with
matter.
caffeine.
It has to have
Yeah,
caffeine.
so not
for
like
sure.
chamomile tea.
No,
Okay.
not chamomile tea. You're
Got it.
exactly right.
Okay.
I appreciate that Rosé dermatologist mentioned that. So it does have to have caffeine in order to be effective. The other thing is honey. Here's a confession. I have done honey face masks in the past. Do I recommend them? No. Do they work as well as regular skincare? No. But Egyptians did use honey for its antibacterial benefits in the past. I could imagine this is very sticky. It gets stuck on your face. Again, honey is not friendly to the bees or the environment. And as you look into it more, most honey is adulterated, meaning it's not actually real honey, even if it's labeled that way. You can watch a documentary on it, or I'll leave some links in the description for you to look into this more, but I do not purchase, consume, or use honey or honey-based products for many of those reasons, and I would encourage you to look into some of the details surrounding that as well, because we need to be kind to ourselves, our skin, and the earth around us.
All right, how about you, Janine?
Okay, in terms of food, so I like masks. So for my mask, what I like to do is I like to take 1 banana, a half a cup of papaya, which I crush up. It has natural enzymes in the papaya, which are natural exfoliators. 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory. And then a teaspoon of baking soda. Mix it all together. You put that on your face. The baking soda helps to absorb excess oil.
So this is Janine with Pretty Lipstick, and she is recommending something that, again, I have recommended in the past, and I wish that I could take it back. There are ingredients on here that I don't like, and some that kind of have some truth. She's mentioning papaya. The enzyme that it has in it is papain, and this basically is like a mild exfoliator to the skin. It is great. It is natural. Banana does have polysaccharides. It has sugars, which can be hydrating. However, these are mushed up fruits. They're not really soaking into the skin the way a skincare product made with this papaya enzyme, or with sugars extracted from bananas would. There's probably nothing that's going to be really, really harmful for you here. If you are allergic to papaya peel or to fruit peel, you might want to avoid this because that could be a disaster. Turmeric as well. I think that it's irresponsible for her not to say that turmeric can stain your face. Turmeric is a root. It is very high in antioxidants. It is very anti-inflammatory. It's used a lot in both food and skincare from India, and I do recommend it. However, you don't want to use too much of it, and you have to be careful because it turns your face yellow. Literally turns your face yellow.
And it's super helpful for patients that have acne. And I still suffer from acne as an adult. I was really bad between like 11 and 27, but somehow I still get these flares. I'm like, I just feel like I shouldn't get acne
remember
anymore.
11 to 27?
Because I remember going
Jeez.
I remember going back to school and people saying, "What's wrong with your face?"
Me. I really like this Janine person. I just don't agree with everything she's saying. Specifically baking soda. It can be used in skincare if it's formulated properly. Putting baking soda on your face as a neutralizer after you've used an acid is something that the dermatologist that I work with has recommended. However, baking soda can be very damaging to skin. It's a little bit more alkaline on the pH scale. She mentioned that it helps with oil control. Not totally. I mean, a little bit, but not really. Baking soda just can be abrasive to skin. Also, there are occasions when you mix acid and bases, it can be an exothermic reaction. Exo meaning out, thermic meaning thermal or heat. So essentially, by mixing acids and bases, you can cause heat and you could actually cause burns. And the fruit in this concoction probably have a negligible amount of fruit acids. The baking soda in here is probably not in an amount that they're going to combine and create a horrible reaction on your face, but there is the possibility that mixing fruit acids with this sodium bicarbonate baking soda could turn into an exothermic reaction and could irritate or burn the skin with heat. I don't know. I don't agree with this one. I don't know about this one.
You know what's really good too is in papaya there's papain. There's
Right.
that enzyme which is present in a lot of different
Right.
peels. And so I think that mix, that
Right.
particular blend
Right.
is
So
incredibly
you've got
effective.
the
I think, with a
exfoliative
good
component
fresh
with
papaya.
the papaya.
Yeah.
You've got the turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory, and you've got the baking soda to absorb the oil.
Sparkly Shirt seems to really love this. I, again, would no longer recommend this. I have in the past. I wish I could take it back. Yeah, you can put this on your face, but it's really not going to do anything. It's not going to penetrate the way you need it to. It's going to be a huge waste of edible, nutritious food. If anything, it's going to leave your face feeling a little bit sticky. If you really have skin concerns, use products that are formulated with these ingredients in ways that are stabilized and able to penetrate the skin.
One thing I'll say,
And then the
wear a
bananas for
glove.
consistency.
No, but wear a glove because that turmeric will stain your nails yellow.
Oh,
So
yes.
Thank you, Pretty Necklace.
you just got a manicure, it'll ruin it.
Yes,
So.
100%.
The other thing is that she mentions baking soda absorbs oil. If you really have to go for DIY skincare, I would recommend getting bentonite clay, that Indian Aztec healing clay or kaolin clay. That will actually absorb oil. Baking soda, not very much. Or even something like cornstarch will absorb more oil than baking soda. Baking soda could be abrasive, and it's not something I would recommend unless it is formulated properly into a product. But let me tell you, there's a reason you don't see sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, in a lot of skincare products.
Are you going to be the buzz killer here about all of our...
I can't even believe what I'm hearing. But
Thank you!
I would eat this entire bowl before I would mix it with all of
Probably
that
has
and put
even a
it
greater
on my
benefit for
face.
I agree.
However, I've spent so much time working with cosmeceutical companies about how much it takes to get the anti-inflammatory effect or to get the exfoliative effect without causing burn or irritation. It's a delicate balance. And so my homemade mask is in my medicine cabinet.
This is exactly what I'm saying! Thank you! Thank you!
Where I just wash my face and put something on that I know has something positive and active.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
That has been studied.
Thank you! Tree necklace lady. I don't know what's on her necklace. It looks like a tree. Apparently my eyes don't work. Thank you!
I'm with you, Ruth.
There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, some people, like, they just want something that's
They want
totally
something
natural.
natural.
Go take
They
a
want
yoga
something
class.
Clean and
Meditate.
Okay, fine.
Bring
yeah.
those cortisol levels down that are aging you and
that's
bringing up
all-
your
Yeah,
acne.
but let's say someone has a lot of allergies and sensitive skin, and we all know that there's a lot of science supporting that people do have sensitive skin, and so you can make a totally organic mask
That they could
from-
react to.
I don't know what Sparkly Shirt is talking about right here. I understand that yes, there are patients who want things that are natural, they have sensitive skin, but do not recommend a DIY face mask to someone who has sensitive skin. Face masks, DIY, can be super, super irritating because again, you can't control the factors. Is the papaya super ripe? Does it have a lot of that papain enzyme today? Or was it from a batch that wasn't as enzyme or vitamin C rich? That baking soda, is it brand new, fresh, and potent, or has it been sitting in the fridge for a while and maybe it started to degrade or get a little bit old? You should never recommend this. I don't know what Sparkly Face is talking about. At least Rose Drunk Dermatologist and Tree Necklace Dermatologist are talking about using products that have these stabilized in the right amounts. Really appreciate that they're bringing that up. I do appreciate that Sparkly Shirt Dermatologist is vouching for her patients because I know that there are patients like that. They don't believe the science or the studies. They just want it to look like it came from the ground or from a tree. I get it, but that's why you have specialists who can kindly educate. And especially for sensitive skin, do not put this on your face if you have sensitive skin. Don't do it. You can't control those factors. Just stop.
So you can make a totally organic mask
That they could
from-
react to.
Yes, but you could totally make an organic
Or that they have to go to the
mask.
grocery store to buy.
Yes, well, that might be difficult for you, Sabrina, but places do deliver now, just so you know
We
what's
can
been
agree.
happening here.
We can agree to disagree. I
We-
mean, I have a
we
vitamin
can-
C mask at home that I use on my face to exfoliate once a week that I absolutely love, that I would not get out of my refrigerator either.
And I have a wonderful scrub that's safe for the environment. Use some brown sugar, a little lactic acid in the yogurt, and that's great for anybody with keratosis pilaris.
Sparkly Shirt kind of redeemed herself here. She is right that anything exfoliating again with lactic acid or with salicylic acid can help KP, keratosis pilaris. It's that like chicken skin or those sugar bumps that you might get on your arms or elsewhere on the body. But again, a thing in a tube is going to cost less money, be more eco-friendly because you're not wasting the food after, and it's going to work better.
It's not that I don't love you all. It's just that I don't believe you all. So I'll go to my medicine cabinet. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I hope that you will listen to the other side a little bit more carefully. So,
I agree, and I agree.
because you can actually make skincare that is completely organic, completely without preservatives from your refrigerator. Well, maybe not you, but from your refrigerator. And what's nice about it is since it comes from nature, there are a lot of ingredients that are paired together to get better absorption and better results.
Wrong and wrong. It is true that food from nature can do that for our body and things are paired together, but when you sit there and extract it and try to get it through the skin, it's totally different. When we eat things, they are digested. We have a small intestine and a large intestine that actually breaks things down, packages them into little micelles and sends them throughout the blood into the liver so that they can be used by our body. Our skin is meant to keep things out. You apply those same great things topically to the skin without a penetration enhancer or a way to get that into the skin, and they're going to do nothing. nothing. She also mentioned no preservatives. You understand what preservatives are for. Preservatives are meant to keep funguses, bacteria, mold, yeast out of your products. You don't want that growing in your products. Have you ever made homemade avocado and left it in the fridge for a little too long? That's why preservatives matter.
So in this mask, which I'm now going to apply to Doris's face because she's volunteering.
Flip your hair back, Lovey.
You're gonna,
doing it.
yeah, we're
Thank
gonna
you.
find out that it's both soothing and moisturizing. So you can just use like a makeup brush that you have, and then you carefully paint it on.
Oh, that feels so good.
Isn't it
You know
nice?
what? That alone is doing something for
And
me.
make sure you distribute the salmonella very evenly.
There's a reason that raw eggs are dangerous. Pretty chain necklace dermatologist is also saying that it feels good. That's the cooling effect because this has been in the fridge. Take your face mask, put it in the fridge, skincare fridge or your regular one. There you go, thermotherapy.
Don't get it in her ears
I'm not gonna eat it.
or her mouth.
I'm not eating it.
Are you trying to tell me that those products that you've had in your cabinet for 6 months don't
That's
have
true.
any
There's actually
bacterial
a study that just
contamination?
came out that showed how much bacteria the products that sit on our bathroom counters have when they're multi-use and they're open. You can open them.
But you're
and-
dipping your fingers in and out of
Exactly,
them. Thank you very
exactly.
much. See,
Yeah.
I knew the librarian would have some information for me here.
It is true that when you dip your fingers into products, it can contaminate them. But again, this is why preservatives matter. If you make a DIY skincare face mask, in 3 days it's gonna go bad. If you have a skincare face mask that you're dipping your hands into, it'll probably last you 6 months to a year. With skincare and everything in life, nothing is forever. Change is the only constant. So adapt to it, learn from it, work with it, and educate yourself before wasting food on your face.
But I still don't know if I agree with this because it requires me going to the grocery store.
So is her
That's
skin
her
getting
delivery story.
is her skin getting plumper and younger already?
Yes, it is. It's plumping up both
Before our eyes.
fine
also,
lines and
you know-
wrinkles. It's moisturizing. It's clarifying. It's actually quite nice.
She doesn't sound like a dermatologist. She sounds like a sales rep of an MLM company. I don't like this.
That is egg whites, avocado,
Avocado,
and some yogurt, mixed
Yes.
together.
And
Yeah,
I would
I left
say
out the
for
lemon.
Ruth that it doesn't have to be all or none. This is not going to replace my daily skincare.
No, it's not gonna replace your daily skincare, and if you go in the sun with this, you could actually get burns. So again, avocado isn't the worst. Yogurt, I don't support it, but it's not the worst. It does have some probiotic bacteria. The egg white, literally all that's going to do is tighten on the skin so it feels like it's tightening, but it's not actually tightening your skin. It's just a chicken period drying on your face that you then have to rinse off. Absolute bullshit. Then we have lemon juice. This is again something that young, stupid, dumb me did that I do not recommend, and something that people still do today that can burn their faces. Lemon is very, very low on the pH scale. It is an acid, which means it can burn. Especially if you use this and go out into the sun, there are people who have burned their skin, 2nd degree burns, not 1st degree, but 2nd degree, because of putting lemon on their face or on their skin and then going outside. You do not want this to happen. Please don't put lemon on your face. You also can't control, is the lemon super ripe today? Is it not very ripe today? One lemon is not going to have the same acid level or vitamin C level as another lemon. Leave it to cosmetic formulators who stability test, safety test, and formulate their products properly. How is a dermatologist recommending this? I'm sorry. I'm sure that Sparkly Shirt Dermatologist is a great person, but this is not great advice. I am sorely disappointed.
This is fun, and if you're having girlfriends over and you're having some rosé, this can be fun. And
You know what else is fun? Playing Monopoly or doing a real face mask together. What's not fun is wasting food, spilling it and staining your shirt, your carpet, and your couch, then going out into the sun and getting 2nd degree burns together.
yeah, and it'll take a moment to relax, take a deep breath, put some food on the right food.
Definitely not before a date.
Well, maybe
It's
before the date, but take it off before
It's
the
a
date.
bonding experience. It can be done as part of the
I'm
date.
just gonna sit here.
But make that edible food.
Definitely not with egg yolk.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes internally, okay?
Okay, all right.
You're rolling your eyes externally.
So how long would I leave it on for normally?
You leave it on for about 10,
3 days.
10, 15 minutes. No, if you're doing a dinner party, then you put this on.
Ruth, I never knew this side of you.
I know.
I like it. I like it.
It's good.
Let's
Your
move
skin
on to
looks a little-
Janine's before I eat all the bananas, okay?
Yikes.
You can. She did hers.
Okay, so before you go from your pantry to Pores Crazy, do make sure that the food you use is fresh and still edible. Safety first and foremost.
How is freaking sparkly shirt dermatologist sitting here lecturing us on safety after she just recommended putting acidic lemon juice on your skin with the potential that someone will go outside and get second-degree burns? Sparkly shirt, you're a dermatologist. I'm sure you've seen second-degree burns in your clinic from either not wearing sunscreen or from using acids and or essential oils and going into the sun. How are you recommending this? I have made some bad skincare mistakes. When I was young, dumb, and desperate to get rid of my acne, and before I started working in the medical side of aesthetics, I did face masks. Did they work? No, not very well. If you're bored out of your mind and you have time and money and your skin to waste, what they recommended here isn't totally horrible outside of that baking soda and that lemon. But again, most of these are just time wasters to do if you don't care about your skin. The people who do these DIY things are, let's be honest, usually anti-vaxxers because they want everything to be natural, even though things that are natural, such as lead and arsenic and poison ivy, can still be toxic and dangerous. Or they are people who genuinely don't know better, acne sufferers, teenagers who maybe don't have money, who are desperate to clear their skin, and some dumbass blog told them that this would be a good idea. Or they watched this dumb video. What's shocking is that this is sponsored by Allergan. Allergan is a huge pharmaceutical company. They are the makers and providers of Botox. So the fact that their job is literally to sell you prescriptions, drugs, and pills and injections, and the fact that they're sponsoring this, where they're having dermatologists talk about not even skincare, which could potentially work, but DIY skincare, that's all BS. I'm just like, whoever their marketing department is needs some help. Call me. This isn't the way to do it, and it's actually decrediting the professionalism that you have as a pharmaceutical company. Oh my God. Maybe we'll have to watch a few more of these because these women are obviously intelligent. They went to medical school. They are doctors. They know many things that I know that I do not. But the fact that I'm hearing these things, I'm just like, are you just trying to appeal to a mass audience? Like, what is going on here? We've reacted to other dermatologists' skincare routines right here, and you can see that this is an example that is a polar opposite of this one. Click it, watch it right now. You can hit the notification bell so that you don't miss future reaction videos or skincare videos when we post them. And please remember that if you're gonna shove food on your face, make sure that it's safe and don't expect results. Always remember to be beautiful inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.